There's a certain kind of hope that only shows up when the fear of losing someone collides with the desire to watch your team grow. That is exactly where the Patriots stand in this camp. Kayshon Boutte is turning trade rumors into catches. A 347-pound force could enter the conversation. Christian Gonzalez is waiting for the recognition franchise pillars deserve, and a rookie is trying to overcome his own physical uncertainty. 4 different stories, all touching the same nerve. Who can Foxborough trust when the season gets tight? If you feel that anxiety with me, subscribe to Patriots Club fans. Every answer today affects the future of this roster. Few things win over a fan base faster than a player answering the noise without turning the locker room into a soap opera. Kayshon Boutte heard his name in trade rumors, entered the final year of his contract, and watched the room add A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. Nobody would have been shocked if he looked like the odd man out. The opposite happened. Through 3 camp practices, Boutte has been the Patriots' most impressive receiver. On Saturday, he tracked down a 40-yard go ball from Drake Maye. At the next practice, he adjusted at the top of his route and won down the sideline again. Those plays changed the tone of the conversation, especially because Maye did not react like he had discovered something new. The quarterback said Boutte has been doing this for a long time, then revealed the most valuable part of their connection. Whenever Boutte gets a chance downfield, he knows the ball may find him. That trust was not built in 2 practices. Boutte caught a career-high 6 touchdowns last season and strengthened a chemistry that now puts real pressure on the roster math. Mike Vrabel praised his professionalism, his communication with Todd Downing, and the way outside noise never affects his work. Kevin Byard highlighted his ability to track the deep ball. Mac Hollins pointed to the effort he puts in every day. When teammates on both sides and the head coach identify the same qualities, this looks like more than a fun July stretch. The dilemma is still real. Brown and Doubs project as the top targets, while Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas, and Hollins bring important roles of their own. Boutte took reps with the starters during Monday's walkthrough, but a strong camp also increases his value to teams that might need an outside receiver. If another club loses a wideout during the preseason, New England could receive a better offer than anything available a few weeks ago. Trading a player simply because his value climbed is not automatically smart. Boutte is proving he belongs among the top 6 receivers in this room, and he can be the vertical threat in a dangerous rotation. He will make $3.6 million in 2026, and has already said he wants to spend his entire career in New England. The emotionally easy decision is to embrace a player who responded this way. The competitive decision requires asking whether any offer can outweigh the trust he has already built with Maye. Boutte is not asking for room anymore. He is making the thought of removing him painful. Just when keeping your own talent starts to feel non-negotiable, a possibility appears that could scramble the logic of another position group. Vita Vea requested a trade from Tampa Bay after extension talks failed to move forward. The name fires up your imagination. 6'4", 347 pounds, 35 career sacks, and Super Bowl experience. But no report has confirmed that the Patriots are negotiating with the Buccaneers. This conversation is about a potential fit, not an established pursuit. That makes the case even more fascinating because New England would not be filling a hole. Christian Barmore and Milton Williams form an elite interior tandem. Even with Williams missing 5 games, they combined for 87 quarterback pressures in 2025. The roster also includes Joshua Farmer, Corey Durden, Leonard Taylor III, and developmental players. Vea would arrive as a luxury, and certain luxuries change how an opponent is allowed to breathe. Picture the weight of a front with Vea swallowing double teams, while Barmore or Williams attacks a one-on-one matchup. Picture Mike Vrabel rotating 3-man fronts, heavy goal line packages, and interior combinations without becoming soft against the run. Vea does not need to win in the backfield on every snap to reshape an offense, sometimes occupying 2 blockers, keeping the center from reaching the second level, and freeing teammates is enough. In January, when the weather, the clock, and the running game carry extra value, that ability stops being decorative. The fan in you looks at that wall and wants to say yes before hearing the price. Your head has to slow the reaction down. Vea will be 31 on opening day, is entering his 9th NFL season, and wants long-term security. His contract expires after 2026. Beyond the draft pick or player Tampa Bay would demand, the Patriots would have to absorb his immediate salary and confront the extension behind his trade request. Spending that package on an already dominant position could prevent New England from strengthening a thinner area. I still would not dismiss the conversation. Teams with serious ambitions do not study players at this level only when they are desperate. They study them when there is a chance to build an unfair advantage. The balance comes down to cost. If Tampa accepts manageable compensation and the extension protects New England against the natural decline of a massive veteran, Vrabel would gain a piece built for his identity. If the Buccaneers demand a desperation price, Eliot Wolf should protect his assets. Vea has recorded 256 tackles and 79 quarterback hits across 112 regular season games. His resume explains the fascination. New England's current depth explains the restraint. This possibility deserves attention because it is not about repairing the defense. It is about deciding whether a great strength should remain merely excellent or whether a responsible path exists to make it suffocating. The strongest proof that this franchise has players worth protecting is not on the trade market. He is practicing in Foxborough while a massive negotiation unfolds around him. The Patriots picked up Christian Gonzalez's fifth-year option, and he reported to camp and participated. The feared hold-in never materialized. That brings relief, but Robert Kraft's comments changed the weight of this story. Kraft said the Patriots offered Gonzalez a deal that would make him the highest-paid cornerback in the NFL and give him the largest contract in franchise history. For a fan base that has waited far too long for ambition, that hits deep. The owner is saying a homegrown player should be treated like a franchise pillar. That statement also placed a bright spotlight on Eliot Wolf. Kraft made the size of New England's intention public. If the deal drags or falls apart, every detail will land on the general manager because fans know a historic investment was authorized. Gonzalez, based on everything we are seeing, is not disrupting the team's routine to speed up the process. He is practicing, staying upbeat, and allowing negotiations to continue. That maturity deserves the same seriousness from the other side of the table. Drake Maye is watching this closely. The quarterback is a year away from moving into the center of his own contract conversation, beginning with his option. Maye and Gonzalez are the clearest faces of the Patriots' next era. How New England treats the first one quietly sends a message to the second. For years, this franchise did not have the luxury of discussing record extensions for multiple young stars it had drafted. That opportunity has returned, and it is a sign of competitive health. Developing elite talent without keeping it would be like building a house and handing the keys to a rival. Extending Gonzalez shows Maye, the locker room, and future draft picks that extraordinary performance receives extraordinary commitment in Foxborough. Contracts this large naturally require care with guarantees and future flexibility. Gonzalez also has the security of an exercised option, so neither side faces a hard deadline today. But waiting too long carries both an emotional and financial cost. The market rarely gets cheaper, and putting the offer in public creates expectations. This negotiation has become a test of identity. The next version of the Patriots must stay smart without acting as if stars are automatically replaceable. Gonzalez gives Vrabel freedom in coverage, reduces the fear created by elite receivers, and supports an aggressive defense. Kraft put the ceiling on the table. Wolf now has to turn intention into trust. If Gonzalez signs, the result will reach beyond one position. It will be the first major proof that New England knows how to recognize its own pillars before the relationship wears down. And when Maye's turn arrives, he will remember exactly how this story ended. Trust does not come only from historic contracts. Sometimes it has to survive a clause nobody wanted. Jacas, the 55th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, signed his rookie deal with unusual protection for the Patriots. An injury waiver tied to his left knee that voids after 2028. Mike Reese reported that rookie contracts do not typically carry this condition. New England wanted protection because Jacas missed the offseason program after a cleanup procedure and opened camp on the non-football injury list. The issue surfaced after his April 20th pre-draft visit. When surgery, an extended absence, and a second-round investment meet, contract caution protects against a risk the organization could not ignore. I understand the pit in your stomach. Fans waited to see this rookie attack the edge, followed the contract delay, and now learn that the deal records a concern stretching across 3 years. Your mind can race toward the worst outcome, but the clause does not erase the belief that led the Patriots to draft him. It puts two truths on the same page. The team clearly likes the player, and it refuses to pretend his knee does not require careful attention. Mike Vrabel struck the right tone. He said Jacas will be evaluated the same way as any player who spent significant time away or underwent off-season surgery. The head coach is cautiously optimistic that Jacas will work through the return-to-play process and get back on the field. That does not provide a date, and it should not. The recovery needs to control the calendar. Rushing him into July reps to satisfy our anxiety would trade a few cheers today for a risk that could touch several seasons. The reason for the urgency is obvious. Jacas finished his college career with 183 tackles, 35.5 tackles for loss, and 27 sacks. That sack total ranks second in Illinois history, and he cleared 8 sacks in each of his final 2 seasons. Speed is not his most frightening trait, but his strong hands and relentless motor fit the physical defense Vrabel wants to build. Every week away gives Jacas less time to battle NFL blockers and earn the coaching staff's trust. College talent opens the door, availability lets you walk through it. This news deserves neither panic nor a shrug. It deserves attention and patience. The Patriots protected the contract without walking away from the potential. Jacas has to follow every step and rebuild his strength. If the knee responds, this waiver could become a forgotten July footnote. If setbacks follow, we will understand why the team insisted on it. And I want the Foxborough read in the comments. What gives you more confidence in Jacas, seeing him return quickly, or knowing the team refused to take shortcuts? I am choosing the second option. The Patriots did not draft this young man to win the first practice. They drafted him to pressure quarterbacks for years. The process now has to turn concern into relief without sacrificing the future to rush the present. This camp keeps asking how much trust is worth in Foxborough. Boutte is earning it one play at a time. Vea represents the temptation to buy proven strength. Gonzalez is waiting for a historic offer to become a commitment. Jacas needs to receive trust through a recovery that cannot tolerate shortcuts. My answer is simple. New England must protect the players carrying its future without losing the courage to strengthen the present. But what is the top priority? Keep Boutte, extend Gonzalez, call Tampa about Vea, or get Jacas back safely? Drop your priority in the comments, hit like and subscribe to Patriots Club fans. The next great Patriots team will be built through choices like these.